Sweet, soft-spoken young woman. Nobody would have expected her to do what she did. My name is Adrian, and welcome back to another espresso case by Coffeehouse Crime. Lesser known solved and unsolved cases. Our short story starts in Tokyo, Japan. It was October 2018, and 21-year-old Yuka Takeoki resided in Shinjuku City. Shinjuku is a special district in Tokyo, known for its buzzing clubs, karaoke rooms, and upscale restaurants, all of them shrouded by skyscrapers. Yuka was living an alternate life, or at least by Western standards. She dropped out of university at the age of 19 to become the manager of a hostess club in Shinjuku. Hostess clubs are popular in the nightlife industry of East Asian countries, typically hiring female employees to serve drinks and provide thoughtful conversation to male customers. And Yuka was also a fan of anime, a style of Japanese animation typically aimed for both adults and children. She was so much of a fan, in fact, that she would often post pictures of herself dressing up and cosplaying as some of her favourite characters on her Twitter and Instagram pages, still up to this date. She was a quietly shy individual, the type of person who initially wouldn't say much, but grew confidence the more she knew you. Generally laid back and sweet, not the type you'd expect any problems from.
I'm kind of the same way, and I guess that's a little scary that I'm relating to this person right now. I am the type who I generally don't say much. I'm usually very quiet upon meeting new people. Until I basically feel like I can talk to you. I'll start off as like shy around a new person, but that could quickly go away depending on circumstances. Usually, as you know me on, I guess, streaming or YouTube, I'm pretty laid back or chill or whatever. Sometimes I have gamer rage moments, but I mean, whatever, right? But yeah, no, I'm kind of the same way. So I already know where this is going because I heard of this person before. I'm pretty sure it's the same person. Um, but let's see if we can get a detailed we call it recap of what happened.
Back to anime. One of her favourite types of cosplays was of Yandere characters, a specific type of personality. Yanderes are generally kind, nurturing and lovable women, ones of which that eventually turn violent and possessive over a love interest.
Yep.
Can you see where this is going?
Yep, I can.
In October that year, while still working at a hostess bar, she met a 20-year-old man named Phoenix Luna. He was also a host at a nearby host bar called Fusion Nightclub. Host bars are the same as hostess bars, just hiring male employees for female customers. And Phoenix Luna was in a game of his own. He was very popular amongst the hosts in Shinjuku, and often was in the bar's leaderboards, a lot of his female patrons often returning for his bartending services. Now, just to point out, this is all safe for work. Host bars and hostess bars are strictly PG. At least officially. Other than having things in common, Yuka and Phoenix were in the same industry. They understood each other well from a professional point of view. And with their late night work schedules matching, it meant that they had a lot of time out of working hours to connect as friends. It was due to these reasons over the following weeks and months that the two grew closer to each other, and eventually started dating. The relationship wasn't all fine and dandy though.
Yeah.
Although their matching hours gave them more time to see each other, it also created some tension between the two. With Yuka and Phoenix both working in the same industry, one designed to generate money through flirting, it posed and bared a risk for the Green Devil, jealousy. Yeah. And oh boy, did that work for Yuka. Over the following months, she grew more and more possessive over him, often monitoring his whereabouts and even checking on his phone when he wasn't looking. She grew so ever increasingly jealous over Phoenix that eventually she outright bought his services from the bar, paying over $9,000 a month just so he wouldn't see any other women.
Wow.
A little bit strange, don't you think?
That's called that's called fucking putting your money where your mouth is. was a bad joke, but it made me laugh. 9,000. She bought out the bar $9,000, fucking $9,000, because other women was there and they were talking to him. $9,000. Holy fuck. $9,000. What does this girl do for a living before she ended up in jail? Did they go over that?
Fast forward, and it is now May the 23rd, 2019, a few months after the two had started dating. Things were going pretty well for the two, and despite a few tensions here and there, the two were happy. Yuka was still managing the hostess bar, and business was solid. She'd taken a couple days off of work to sort some things out in the apartment. She'd asked Phoenix to drop by her house to help with some DIY, in which he agreed. He'd arrived at her home much later than expected though. It was a very long shift at the bar that night, and when he got in he was exhausted. He asked Yuka if he could run himself a bath to relax, in which she agreed. One he got into, and then fell asleep in. During that time though, Yuka had once again snooped through her boyfriend's phone, and while doing so she found a few photos of him with another woman. She didn't know who she was, and it couldn't be a client because she'd bought him out. This discovery enraged Yuka. She'd noticed for the last couple days that he'd been distant with her. She put that together with these photos and took it as evidence that he was cheating on her. So how would you confront your partner if you were suspicious over a picture? Discuss any problems in the relationship? Ask if everything's okay? Not for Yuka. That's not how she rolled. After waking up in the bath, Phoenix put on some underwear. He then crept into the bedroom and slid into the bed, trying not to wake Yuka, who was supposedly already asleep. And because he was so already exhausted from all of his shifts the last few days, he passed out pretty much immediately.
Okay.
Some time had passed when all of a sudden Phoenix felt an uncomfortable feeling coming from his stomach. He looked down, and that's when he saw a knife lodged into his abdomen.
That's where it
Waking
goes.
up in surprise and terror, he looked back up to see Yuka arched over him. Is this real? Am I dreaming? He thought. Running on pure adrenaline, he...
No fucking way she was in that fucking 02 outfit. Was she actually in that 02 outfit when going all yandere? I feel like there should be like way better cosplays to do if that was the case. It's probably just a picture for reference. I don't think they would have grabbed the picture for that. I don't think there was any pictures taken for that. I think they just grabbed it for reference. That makes a lot more sense.
He shoved her off the bed and ran out the room. Yuka chased Phoenix, grabbing him as he left the front door. Him being taller though, he was stronger and pushed her away as he reached the elevator. By now, Phoenix was losing a lot of blood. The elevator door was closing, and it was heading towards the ground floor. And as the elevator door opened up to the lobby, he lunged forward, almost to safety, and then lost consciousness. Yuka had caught up with Phoenix. He lay collapsed on the floor of the hotel lobby, blood pooling around his body. By now, passers-by had noticed the horrific scene unfolding, and the police, they'd called them immediately. But Yuka, she wouldn't leave his side. She just sat there next to his body, and people were too scared to get close to them in case she did something back. And the following picture is what has made this case notorious. When they got there...
Yeah, I remember this picture. Yeah, this was the same girl Joey talked about in an older video of his. Okay, so I was right. I did hear about this.
Police found Yuka sat next to his body, drenched in his blood.
Yeah, drenched in his blood, and what they're blurring out is her dead boyfriend, who she killed.
Actually smoking a cigarette while on the phone to her friend. In the time it had taken police to get there, she'd also written a letter with his blood, repeatedly saying, "I love you," over and over and over again. Tokyo Metropolitan Police apprehended Yuka immediately. They would find the letter that she wrote along with the knife she'd used to stab Phoenix in her apartment. When the officer had asked her why she did it, she replied with, "I was sad and seeking to die. I thought that if I kill him, I could be with him. I thought that expressions such as I like you and I would like to be with you would become reality if we both died. Numerous witnesses watched as police escorted Yuka into the back of their vehicle, and when she got in there, she was smiling. And
Yeah.
as for the victim, Phoenix Luna, he was still alive, but only barely. Following the speed in which police and paramedics had got to the apartments, he had not yet passed from his injuries. He was transported to a local hospital where he remained in critical condition.
I remember when this news first came out. The first response is, and you can fucking guess. Oh my god. Cute Yandere anime girl. Oh man, we finally got it, boys. We finally got a Yandere girl IRL. And I kind of have the same opinion Joey had in the video. I keep referencing that video. I may as well just open it up. But yeah, that's fucking weird and creepy and disgusting. There's a lot more words to describe how I felt about that first initial response a lot of people had, and none of them are positive. We'll just say that. There is so many things wrong with that response. Excuse me. I'm drinking soda. Yandere girl IRL. It's this one. Yep.
Looking, it's suddenly okay to
This is in 2019. I thought it was much older. Huh. I have been watching him for years.
do something like this, because I guarantee that if, say, the reason why, and I hope all of this, that there's at least a tiny bit of hope left in this humanity. Actually, a lot of people who are blasting said dumb shits who think that this girl is attractive, or who think that her heinous acts were attractive, or how I want to be stabbed in her toga cosplay is considered okay. There are luckily a large group of people who are calling them out publicly on Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah, good.
YouTube and stuff like that,
Good.
and putting them in their fucking place and giving
Please
them a
do.
brain
Yeah.
to actually use. So at least we can say that there's at least a tiny bit of hope left in this humanity. But regardless, guys, let me know what you think about this whole thing in the comments below. Do you think that she does deserve to go to jail? Do you think that her acts are considered okay or even attractive? And do you think that this whole situation
with only a 20% chance to survive. But on July the 1st, an entire month after he was stabbed in the abdomen, to everyone's surprise, Phoenix Luna was alive and recovering. He tweeted friends and fans to say, "Sorry, I'm alive and back," before adding, "Since I was stabbed in the liver, I can't drink." Being a survivor of a horrific experience, Phoenix agreed to attending a local interview, and in that interview he refused to show any hate towards Yuka. When asked, he said that "I do not hold a grudge." He even pleaded with the judge to reduce her sentence. On Thursday the 5th of December 2019, the presiding judge sentenced Yuka to 3 years and 6 months for attempted murder. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Yep, 3 years and 6 months.
3 years and 6 months? 3 years and 6 months. That was in 2019? What month was it? Okay. Oh my god. So I'm gonna assume he captured this almost exactly real time, or just a little bit after. That would mean she will get out of jail probably around the beginning of next year for attempted murder. Holy fucking shit. What? Why? Okay, well, I mean, I think he explained why the guy asked the judge to reduce the sentence. But 3 years and 6 months for attempted murder? That's too fucking short. God, like double that at least.
On Thursday the 5th of December 2019, the presiding judge handed Yuka a prison term of 3 years and 6 months for attempted murder. Yuka and Phoenix previously had made a court settlement for her to pay him 5 million yen, the equivalent of 47,000 US dollars, as a means to reduce her time behind bars. At her hearing, the court judge declared, "If possible, I want people to be able to lead a normal life rather than paying for their sins." And the story doesn't end there. Following Yuka's attempted murder and imprisonment,
She can't lead a normal life after that. That doesn't make sense. No one could fucking lead a normal life after doing that. It's just not possible. You're already fucked up. Your life is going to be hell and those around you. Your fucking face and your action is literally all over the news. It's on the West. It's probably more so in Japan where it happened. Everyone knows you. At best, you might be able to reconsider, consider changing into a new direction after that if you like change your face and your name. But other than that, like you're pretty much fucked. If you do those two things, then yeah, you'll be fine. But nah, your life is fucked after that. You may as well commit suicide. Sorry.
she grew an entire online community of fans, most of which are invested in anime culture that possess a deep admiration for her, hailing her as if she were a real-life Yandere. Her fans believed that she didn't need to be condemned for her actions, only rehabilitated. She even had a GoFundMe-style campaign raised for her, and while the campaign was shut down, at the time she was receiving over 30
Sorry, what?
her actions, only rehabilitated. She even had a GoFundMe-style campaign.
What the fuck? Why? Why? A fucking GoFundMe? For a fucking attempted murder? What the fuck? Why? Generally fucking why?
Campaign raised for her, and while the campaign was shut down, at the time she was receiving over $3,800 from 69 contributors, almost the amount needed to get her out of prison. Following Yuka's crime of attempted murder, she is now scheduled to be released from prison in May 2023.
When you say?
Crime of attempted murder, she is now scheduled to be released from prison in May 2000.
That's less than a year from now. In May in 2023. Oh boy. Okay.
23. And that's the story of Yuka Takeoke. I feel really conflicted about this case. On one hand, I appreciate and admire Phoenix for not holding any grudges, but at the same time, attempted murder, 3.5 years. Really?
Yeah.
What do you think about Yuka's sentence? Do you think it was enough?
No.
Do you think she got the time she deserved?
No.
And what do you think about her fan base?
It's shit. It's actually shit. And she should never have a... No one should fucking have a fan base for fucking attempted murder. God, people are so fucking sick. And he just casually says, oh yeah, her fan base. What the fuck? Why? What? Generally fucking what? This triggers me just a tiny bit over the notch. Why? Generally fucking why? You have a fucking fan base for almost killing someone and no other action. No other action. Nothing else. For this. God! What? Oh my god, I fucking hate people. Ugh. Bro, humanity is fucked, man. We're all fucking brainwashed. We're not all. But there's a fucking side to anime fandom that is just fucking brainwashed. And that side are fucking sick. And they need to be sent to a mental asylum. Now, it is not guaranteed that they will be saved from mental asylum. I don't care. Keep them there until they get fixed or whatever. Get their fucking brains checked, man. Like, generally, that is fucking disturbing and disgusting. That you would even consider being a fan of someone like that. I don't even know if I want to like or dislike. I'll just leave it blank. What's the comments like? Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's not. People give pretty people passes about mostly. Yeah. God, it's fucking pissing me off. I don't want to read these comments. I think I'm done for a night. Let's fucking raid someone. God. The show will be out next year. That's fucking gross.